You want more Xbox details? You're going to get them next week. If you've been sitting around saying, hey, I could use some more Xbox Series X or xCloud info, well, there's good news on the horizon. Microsoft has announced that while they are not going to the Game Developer Conference, because the Game Developer Conference is not happening, they are going to live stream all of their sessions that they were going to be holding at that event, which is really, really good news. For one, there's a lot of game developers who are interested in what Microsoft is doing, but for us, like people like myself and probably the people listening to this, you're going to be able to watch all of it and dig through the details as well. And there's always a lot of little nuggets kind of dispersed throughout all of the presentations. But there is one session happening on March 18th in the afternoon Eastern time. I believe it's around lunchtime on the Pacific time frame, where Microsoft is going to talk explicitly about the Xbox Series X and xCloud. Now, we don't know exactly what they're going to be talking about, but obviously subscribe to this channel and I will keep you updated the minute that they start dropping those details. But we all know that they're going to be talking about it because Microsoft made it very clear, and you can just tell by looking at the schedule, that is what is on the agenda. Now, what could they be talking about? Well, of course, they're going to be rehashing some of their favorite topics, such as 12 teraflops, RDNA 2.0, their AMD processor. Maybe they'll be talking a little bit more about graphics, because remember, this is a game developer conference and they're going to need to know what graphics capabilities are available and all that good stuff. We also still don't know the amount of RAM. We still also haven't gotten officially confirmed things about external storage or the expandable storage that I talked about a few weeks back. We still don't know pricing, although I'm not expecting pricing and availability date to come out of the Game Developer Conference. If I was going to hedge a bet, maybe that might be an E3 type thing, but we'll talk more about E3 here in a minute. We still obviously have not heard about Lockhart. Maybe that could be on the agenda. Dealer kept teasing or claiming that they're going to be talking about Lockhart in the near future, or in the next couple weeks, I think he said. So maybe it comes at GDC. I have not personally heard that, so we will keep that out there. And one other thing to note as well about the Xbox hardware is that the Series X should be entering pre-production here in the very, very, very near future. Microsoft is going to need to start spinning up those production lines, because we are now into the zone of where they need to finalize the software, which they've already made some changes to what is going to be shipping there. And then they need to finalize the base image that is going to go onto the console. There's going to be a day one upgrade, or day one update, I should say. No shocker there. When you open your box, plug it in, it's going to be like, hey, you've got a software update. Well, that's because they have to load the software on roughly now, and then they use that image, go forward, and then all that good stuff. You guys know how that works. But anyways, Xbox Series X should be entering pre-production for pre-production prototyping of the hardware here extremely soon, with mass production not far behind. It takes a while to get these things up and running and get them all tested and spec'd out. So next week should be extremely interesting for Xbox Series X fans, and I am very much looking forward to it. Now, on to E3. E3 is going to be canceled. Depending on when you watch this, there's been multiple sources confirming that E3 is going to be canceled. They're expected to make an announcement today at about 12:30, and more than likely when you're watching this, that announcement already out. There's speculation that they might try to postpone it or move it to another time of the year, but it's the right move. The illness, I don't like to use the name because YouTube will then just shove this video straight down to the bottom, has taken its toll, right? Game Developer Conference, Mobile World Congress, Google I/O. I'm expecting Microsoft Build to be canceled as well. And now E3 is falling to it as well, which is a big blow. It's a big blow. It's a huge gaming conference. There's a lot of good stuff going on there. Now, the big question is, what is Microsoft going to do? They were expecting to host a very large venue, just like they always do, talk about games. I expect that they're going to do something very similar. They're probably going to do what they're doing with Game Developer Conference and stream all this stuff and have maybe potentially interactive session, but they will definitely be doing something, I would imagine, because Microsoft takes months to plan for this stuff. I think they start planning for E3 sometime around October, if I remember correctly. So it takes a while, and there's a lot of effort into this stuff, and they don't want to just throw it away. And so I would expect them to do something along those lines, but we will have to wait and see. But it sounds like E3 is not going to be happening, and we'll have to see how Microsoft gets creative and goes and shares all that goodness with us. Other big gaming news that dropped this week, Horizon Zero Dawn, which was a big rumor that it's a previously a PlayStation exclusive was going to be coming to the PC. And Sony confirmed that, hey, this is in fact happening. And this is an interesting move, but it makes sense. Remember, this game has been out, I want to say like 3 years. It's been a while. I know it's been a while for that matter. And now it's finally coming to the PC, which makes a lot of sense. I don't know why this didn't happen previously, probably because they wanted to keep it a PlayStation exclusive or something like that. But Sony is realizing what Microsoft is realizing, that, hey, if you take your game, get some value out of it, a console, and then bring it over to the PC, you can make more money with the same title. It's kind of a smart idea. PC is that kind of middle breeding ground of gaming. Like if you want to play games on all platforms, honestly, PC is probably the way to go. But, choose your own adventure. It's obviously typically more expensive. I don't even want to get into a console versus PC battle. This is dumb. Everybody game how you want. Have fun doing it, because that is what is most important. So I would expect that if Sony has any level of success with this, they will continue down that pipeline of bringing previous exclusive games to the console to the PC, because why wouldn't they if it proves to be a successful business model? Other things that happened this week is that Call of Duty Warzone has dropped. I'm a big fan of this. I've been playing it for a little bit. It's a free-to-play game. If you like Call of Duty and you sort of like battle royales, or either way, it's worth checking out, because the gunplay feels actually pretty good. The game is actually very well done. The map is massive. It's got a lot of fun. It's pretty chaotic for a battle royale. There's 150 people on a map, with rumors saying that it might go up to 200 here, because they have vehicles. It would go up to 200 if they had 4-player squads, which makes sense. And they have vehicles that support 4-player squads, but right now only 3 people can play in a group at a time. So anyways, go check out Warzone. Highly recommend it. You can shoot me in a message on Xbox Live, BD Sams, same thing on Twitter and all that good stuff. And maybe we can link up. I have played Apex with quite a few actually people watching this. So if room is open, a lot of my friends are already playing and I just jump into a room. But that's a catch up on some of the gaming news of this week. It's been an interesting time with E3 being moved about. We've got Microsoft Xbox stuff coming next week. The next big question is what is Microsoft going to do at E3, or when they were going to go to E3, because that has a significant play into their strategy of announcing their next generation hardware. But as always, guys, keep it locked to here and I'll keep you updated.